Alright, we found an opponent. Time to battle. This hand is a bit questionable, but it has good mana and Remand kind of can draw us into stuff, especially with the extra draw on the draw, so I think I'm gonna try this hand. I think it might be actually quite keepable, since Remand is one of the cards this deck really wants to see in its opening hand. And having triple blue for cryptics that we draw is also good. So I like a lot of what this hand is doing, even though it's a bit land heavy and a bit one-dimensional. Looks like Death Shadow aggro. Opponent gets his cantrip, and we just play a tapped Steam Vents and pass. Also, not too bad against his discard this hand, because he cannot get a whole lot from this hand. He is aggressively damaging himself. Has a 5/6 Tarmogoyf. That is nothing to sneeze at, to be fair. Alright, play a Misty to hopefully get to play a tapped Breeding Pool at the end of turn. If not, we'll see. And we might have to shock ourselves to Remand. Maybe Liliana. That would be kind of good for our Remand, I guess. No, just a Death Shadow. Do I even want to Remand this? I think I do, just to cycle. But yeah, he is having a really aggressive draw. That's actually a problem for our hand, since we are most likely at threat of dying right now. This can get us a pass to exile, so that is one hope if this is gonna be lethal, which chances are it is. Maybe the hand was just a bit too slow. Let's see if we can find a pass in response. We actually did, that's pretty good. So I think passing Death Shadow is definitely better than passing Tarmogoyf. And then he will take our Cryptic, which is still pretty bad for us, but that's the best we can do at the moment. That means we die. Alright, that was a pretty quick game one. But yeah, as you could saw, pass pretty good against this deck, even though it wasn't enough to stop him here. Having a bolt in this situation would not have done anything at all. And if we weren't as far behind as we were, pass would have actually done a lot of work there. Alright, so we want Baloth, I think, for life gain, and also against his two Lilianas that they're running. Explosives is pretty good against his threats. And I think that's about it. And what do we want to take out? Not too much. I think Remand is actually pretty bad against this specific deck, because unlike regular Junt, their cards are a lot cheaper. So Remand seems pretty bad to me. So yeah, I'll try that. Keep on Remand. Might be reasonable to consider bringing in Timely, but not sure. That's a decent hand. Got some ramp. Passed to buy time. So all we need is just like a Bring to Light or Scapeshift from the top, and then we're almost there. And drawing those off the top against a deck with up to 8 discard spells definitely is better than having it in our hand, because it's not gonna stay there till we need it. Suspend and pass. But yeah, honestly, I actually expect this matchup to be pretty bad all in all, because such heavy aggression backed by so much discard is kind of a nightmare. Some more removal, that definitely helps. And a Misty to fetch a breeding pool, I think, for double green and getting up to 3 blue for Cryptic is the best way here. Targeting himself with a bubble. Alright, just gonna fetch here, since we don't want to pass even if he plays a target. It's good that he doesn't know we have explosives at least. So if he plays a Goif here, we can still pop it here. And we have redundancy against more discard. But yeah, he is probably on even more than 8 discard if he has the brutalities. Probably like 10 or something. Third blue. Oh, Snapcaster, that's pretty convenient here actually. With the pass in the graveyard. Plus it can be our 6th or 7th land with Search for Tomorrow. More discard. Wow. Guess we gotta give him the Snapcaster. Not much we can do. Current Flare, that's okay. Can kill that with explosives. And so gonna set up an explosives for 2. I'm not sure if I want to give him the manipulation from Flare. I might have to, because protecting ourselves against more pressure might be better. No, I think I don't want to give him the manipulation. I think that just probably gives him too much of an advantage if he is not having another threat, since the deck is actually running kind of few threats, so he might just not have another one in hand right now. We'll see. Brutality into nothing, that's fine. Why did he just drain? Oh no, he only... Oh yeah, he drained and discarded. So that is good for us, I guess. And we are at 7 lands thanks to the Flyers Strand in our hand, so now we have 7 outs to just win the game. That is pretty good. There's a Goif. That will put us under some pressure. Hallowed Fountain is good for Snapcaster, Cryptic shenanigans, and second white if we draw a Raz. Gonna play a fetch and hold on to it for Renegade Relier to get back Tribe Elder or Snapcaster. So now it's just on us to not top deck more land, basically. Gonna see what we draw. Gonna show him what we drew, since he knows anyway. So yeah, we have one more draw step. I'm gonna set a stop on my upkeep to sack Flooded Strand to thin our deck for the last draw step. And activate the Relier. We don't get another draw step, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we drew pretty poorly off the top here. Flooding fairly heavily in a game that was otherwise looking pretty good, so... Yeah, this matchup is probably a pretty tough one, so... That is, I guess, one of the problems with Scapeshift at this point in time after the last GP. There's gonna be a lot of Death Shadow, and this matchup looks like it's gonna be pretty tough. So, the deck might not be in the best position right now, but I just really still want to see how nice the Ralliers are in this deck, and also see how bad the matchup really is, and yeah, if the deck performs well enough overall outside of this specific matchup. Since even while this deck is fairly popular, Modern is so diverse that even a deck that is fairly popular is often still in the 1-digit percentages or in the low double digits, like 10-15% of the metagame, which is still not a ton. So you only play it like 7, like, I don't know, 7, 8 to 10, to like 1 to 2 out of 10 games you play, which is still not a lot. Alright, he got us. That's game. See you in a moment with the next match.